guys. Pardon me. I should say this. I'm looking crazy. This is like what? 11:30 my time. 11:30 p.m. by the way. So it's really late. Um if you're joining, let me know where you guys are joining from. Put that in the comment section. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Chia Colley, and I'm so excited to have you on. Leave me any question or comment in the comment section and let's chat. Just one moment, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, guys. My husband and I were watching a show, and we lost track of time. And I thought to just come here and just talk about New Year's resolution. I mean, we're on the third day into 2026. Happy New Year, everyone, by the way. I really, really hope you guys had a wonderful and restful holiday. And I pray for the best of 2026. I pray that all your wishes come to fruition. I pray that this is the year of growth and acceleration for each and every one of you guys. Hi, guys. Let me see. Let's see what do we have here. Okay, cool. Now let's talk New Year resolution. I mean, it's cliche to even say New Year, New Me, right? I was thinking this out, like I was thinking this in my head, and I figured, why don't I come here and chat to you guys about New Year's resolution? I mean, before we even start chatting, let it be known. I'll preface this conversation by saying New Year's resolution doesn't necessarily have to be you, like, it doesn't have to be new you. It could really just be same you with a little more grace, a few tweaks here and there, but same you. Like, I don't believe in all that, oh, new year, new me. You don't just automatically change just because it's January 1st. Like, come on. Let's be realistic here. So, New Year resolution is, what is your resolve to, like, are you resolving to be a better version of yourself? Do you want to stay the same? Are there things you want to change? Other things you want to do more, or things you want to be consistent in? Things that you might already be doing in the previous year that you just want to keep up the pace. Sorry guys, I'm just lying down in my couch because it's a bit cold here. So I'm just gonna quickly lie down while we chat. Just bear with me. But basically, I say this to say that let us not be pressured into completely changing ourselves or wanting to change ourselves just because of somebody's highlight reel about, hey, this year I'm going to be this year I'm going to do that. I mean, it's good to have those goals, but keep it realistic. Okay, so you don't end up being disappointed at the end of the year. Anyway, that said, and guys, please feel free to hi. For those who just joined, hi, thank you for joining. But guys, feel free to let me know, what is your resolution this year? Like, what is your goal for this year? What are you looking to achieve? What is that, something that you're, I guess, excited about 2026? I can start. I mean, for me, no changes, same me, just more grace. And a little tweak here and there. For me, I feel like this year I really want to be consistent, right? I want to continue to do the things that I've been doing, but more consistently. For instance, my YouTube channel. I need to be consistent with posting more content frequently, especially intentional content, right? So I need to continue to keep the pace here. My goal is to make new friends at my school. Oh, that's cute. And I pray you do. Exactly. Like stuff like this is super realistic. And I completely agree with you. Like everyone just comes and is like, oh, I want to be like, um, what's something crazy? Yeah, I want to no, I want to, I guess, make like $10 billion this year. I want to travel to 100 countries this year. I'm not saying it's not doable, but let's be realistic. You have 365 days in a year, right? So start small, baby steps. It's good to have those high end goals and stuff. But listen, for the if if you're realistic and you start at the barest minimum, you will overachieve than underdeliver, if that makes sense. But if you're setting high expectations and you don't necessarily get to where you need to be, then you're disappointed. But yeah, my friend, I hope that you do make friends, and not just friends. I hope you make good friends, okay? Not just new friends, but good new friends. I pray that for you because of course everybody needs um friends and really good friends. So I really hope that you're intentional with who you're choosing as your friend. And I really hope that um they support you and they're there for you and not necessarily frenemies. I really hope that they are actually really friends. Okay, and I hope you enjoy your time at school. Thank you for sharing. Oh, you subscribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Guys, if you're joining for the first time and if you do like this conversation, please leave me a like so that YouTube can share my video to everybody so that everyone can benefit from this. So as I was saying, mine is pretty simple. Consistency. I want to be consistent with what I'm already doing or what I've been doing last year. I gave content as an example. With my YouTube videos, I want to be consistent with my live. I mean, you guys gave me this feedback that I don't do lives, and I started, I think, late last year on this live, and I want to be consistent with this. Like coming here, having unfiltered, unedited conversations, I think it's the best thing that could ever happen. So yeah, and just being able to connect with you guys, the community, is just yeah, amazing. So I'm happy that I took you guys' advice, but now I want to take it up a notch and stay consistent. Consistency is key. Happy New Year to you. Consistency is definitely key. What's the second thing that I want to do? Oh, and I mentioned content. Obviously, this applies to everything else in my life, whether that's motherhood, being a wife, like consistent in um kind of enabling productive routines for my kids, for my family, consistent in showing up no matter how busy I get, consistent with my prayer life and my relationship with God and building that amazing relationship with God, consistent in, reading my Bible and just making sure that I'm attending church as often, consistent with my work. So everything that I do at work, my day to day, my to dos, just making sure that I'm keeping the pace and showing up as my best self. So that's one, consistency. Very simple, very, mild. Like I'm still going to be that same person. I just want to do things that I love and do it more often, like show up more often, because the only difference between a successful person and a not so successful person is really simple: consistency. Okay? Um The second thing I want to, at least I'm hoping to achieve this year is, what's the second thing? I think I've mentioned pretty much everything on the consistency bucket, which primarily is building more of a close knit relationship with God. But I want to be able to make time. Like, I really want to be able to. manage my time more productively and more effectively in terms of the time that I spend with family, time that I spend with friends, time that I spend at work, time that I spend for content and Q&A. Okay. TV intro you never skip. Oh, okay. I'm gonna skip that. Nope, no Q&A. Sorry, I'm not doing that. Okay, what was I saying? Yes, and then the second thing I want to do. So I've mentioned showing up better across every area of my life, whether it's family, personal, friendship, business, work. I want to show up, and I want to be able to manage my time a bit more effectively. Because what I've noticed through last year and beyond is that one thing always gives. So if I focus on family, it somehow impacts content or somehow impacts my ability to show up for my friends or relationship with my friends and things like that. So this year is for balance. And as unrealistic as that might sound, but I think that's the goal is I want to have, it doesn't have to be a perfect balance. I'm not gunning for a perfect balance, but I want to at least have some balance across all the like important areas of my life, which is family, um, my religion, so relationship with God, friendship, and work and business alike. So making sure there's a fine balance. And I'll give an example. What I'm looking to do, or what I've already started doing, is, for instance, this is time for to like connect with my community here on YouTube. So if it's time for YouTube, I make that time for YouTube and I focus on YouTube and nothing else. If it's time to edit, I give like 2-3 hours for editing and I schedule my posts and things like that. If it's time to work, I give that the complete focus. If it's time to pray, I at least carve out an hour plus during the day, in the morning, and also at night to pray and read my Bible. If it's time to show up for a friend, whether it's brunch, whether it's birthday and things like that, I make sure that I add that to my calendar. So that's something that I've been very intentional about since this year, is like making sure like my personal calendar is infused with my work calendar just so I don't miss anything, if that makes sense. Because I used to have it separate. So I used to have a personal calendar and a work calendar, and I would always just mess up the dates. Like there would always be overlaps or conflicts and things like that. So now I'm more like I'm fusing them together such that I don't miss anything. Okay, so that's one way that I'm really trying to like enable that balance. What else? Um, Third thing that I really want to achieve is to grow this channel. I mean, that's every content creator's dream, is to grow the channel, grow the community, grow, um, potentially get monetized. I'm hoping that this is the year that we get monetized. So I really, really, really appreciate all your help. Guys, subscribe, watch my videos, like, share, and comment, and just let's build that engagement to help me get to my desired goal. I don't have an actual number of subscribers, but I just want an intentional community, like quality over quantity. Okay, so even if I have two awesome subscribers that are, genuine, that love, that show up and stuff, I'm super grateful. But I'm hoping we get monetized. And so to do that, obviously, all the other goals would have to apply, which is consistency, balance, focus, and everything else. Now, the last one, because I don't want to do too much, because guys, I don't want to do too much. Last one would be, okay, it's like two in one. One, let's say part A of that is giving myself grace, enough grace, because I find that I've always been too hard on myself. If I want to do something, I want to finish it, and then I want to perfect it. It has to be perfect, and I'm always beating myself up that, hey, this should have been perfect. For instance, I put out a video and I'm watching it back and I'm like, ugh, why did I do that? Oh, this could have been perfect. But then I come around and I see comments. I meet people. Actually, I meet people. People see me. And I'm like, oh, by the way, I like your videos. I really love watching them and stuff like that. And I'm like, wasn't so bad after all, right? So just giving myself grace in every area of my life, even with motherhood, even with um adulting, parenting, just trying to give myself a little grace, knowing that, we're doing the best that we can. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm showing up, as my best. I'm giving my everything. So just giving myself grace, talking to myself a little better, like being kind to myself, speaking life to myself, and just basically patting myself in the back when it's due. So yeah, just that. And then part B is audacity. So I've been hearing a lot about audacity, 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 and I just really wanted to understand, okay, what does this actually mean? Because a lot of people are just throwing it here and there, but like, what does it mean and in what context? Because you don't want to have audacity in like the wrong context, right? Where you're like doing too much or like intruding in someone's personal space just because, right? But I think for me, what that means for me is taking up space, asking questions. Because, like they say, closed mouths don't get fed. And I'm that shy type. I'm like, I'd rather keep it to myself than ask. I'd rather figure it out than ask. No, 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 not this year. This year is the year for bold conversations, bold questions, no matter how stupid the question is. Asking, because at the end of the day, the very worst case is going to be no, right? That doesn't hurt, right? So, but there's also a good chance that it could also be yes, but you'd never know until you ask, right? So for me, it's like the audacity to walk into the room, the audacity to ask questions, the audacity to be curious, the audacity to go beyond, the audacity to speak up as needed, as and when needed, audacity to show up, audacity to like, you know, put myself out there to the extent which I want instead of like limiting myself, right? So I feel like that is like a critical aspect in terms of growth. Aside consistency, audacity is it, because if you wanna walk into rooms, if you want to be remembered, if you want to be considered, then you need to have the audacity to ask. So for instance, like there are certain things or conferences that I would want to attend, but I'd be like, oh, they probably won't accept, or maybe, oh, let's do this. How about brands, right? So last year, a lot of people would tell me, hey, email these brands. You're already doing like promos for them. So why don't you email them and see if, they'll be willing to work with you? And I'll be like, nah, I don't have that much subscribers. So they're probably not going to want to work with me. But guess what? I had like 2-3 brands reach out to me last year, even with the very little subscribers that I had across channels, right? So for me, it's like, I will have the audacity this year to like email them and give them the stats, give them the numbers, show factual data on what I can bring to the table, and just directly ask, can I influence this? Can I be a brand ambassador? Can I promote your brand or something like that? And just, yeah, at the end of the day, it's going to be no, right? But then there's a chance that it could be yes. So that's a good example of where I'm honestly going to be applying that audacity. Is like going into the room and like saying, hey, I need this, pushing through the doors and just not being shy to ask or advocate for myself as and when needed. So these are like the top 5 goals this year, and maybe let's do a quick recap. Consistency, I know that falls within consistency with, what I want to continue doing. I did not talk about health, but yes, health is part of it. Religion is part of it. Showing up for my family, balance, all that stuff. But like, I've always been very health conscious, not just with working out, but also with what I put in my body and stuff. So it's continuing that this year, right? But being more consistent. Because there are times, especially last year and last couple of years, that I would just slide and be like, hey, for the next 2 days I'm just gonna binge eat and just eat whatever I want to eat. But this year is going to be consistently eating right, eating clean, and also consistently working out, burning it off. I've recently invested in like um an I can't speak again, an at home yoga set. So there's no excuse. Previously I'd be like, oh, it's too cold to go to the gym, but please, now everything's at home. We got like a little gym area set up in the basement. So we're just gonna go there every morning or every evening to just burn it off. I've also got like like a standing ergonomic desk. So making sure I'm getting my steps in. So even during a presentation, I can literally stand and present. So that's in a nutshell for me. It's like continuing to be consistent with my health, continuing to be consistent with my work, my content, relationship with God, Bible studies, showing up as a mom, wife, consistent in, showing up as a friend, building that balance, the audacity, and growth, growth. So yeah, that's it for me. Now I want to hear from you guys. If you're just joining, welcome, welcome, welcome. Lovely to have you. Please leave your comments or questions in chat and let's talk. So what is your New Year's resolution? I don't like to call it that, but essentially, what are you guys most looking forward to this year? What is your goal this year? No matter how minute, right? A goal is a goal. Doesn't matter. But yeah, what's your goal this year? Let's chat. Let's see. I hope I'm not missing any message. Mm-hmm. Um, Guys, don't go quiet on me now. Let's see. But seriously, guys, like I said earlier, for those who might have missed it, do not feel pressure to like want to change yourself just because it's January 1st. We're like 3 days into the new year, and it's no pressure if you don't have a goal, if you haven't even thought about it. It's already a lot of pressure having to figure out a resolution. So I know of people who their resolution comes at the tail end of Q1 or maybe in Q2, and that's okay. So no pressure. But really for me, I just it's something that I just think about. Because obviously, as I go into work, I know certain things that I want to do. As I go into content, I have to plan, I have to figure out a strategy and things like that. So all that comes together as kind of like my focus for the year or my goal for the year. So you don't need to have it all figured out. I mean, as easy as, hey, I want to, well, I want to build a better routine for my family. Oh, I want to cook more dishes as a mom for my kids. Oh, I want to get my kids to take less sugar and more like fruits and veggies. No matter how minute, that's a solid goal, guys, because it's not easy. It's really not. I'll tell you for a fact, like last year was me, like one of my goals last year was like me making sure my kids have like are eating healthy, like eating healthy, like no matter what they're eating, like figuring out a way to ensure that they're eating right, right? So, and that was hard on its own because my kids, they don't necessarily like fruits and veggies. So I had to figure out a way to like blend it into their meals so that they don't know what they're eating essentially. So that was tough, but we did it, right? So yeah, what's your goal? What's your plan? And if you don't want to share, all well and good, not a problem. But perhaps there's a time to like think through it, think about it. Um, and yeah, you don't necessarily need to have like 10,000 vision boards or like try to prepare all those vision boards and stuff. No, as long as you know what you want, it's already in your head, in your mind, you just walk towards it. Hi, hi, hi. Hi to the guys who are just joining. Thank you for joining. We're talking New Year's resolution. Join the conversation, guys. Join the conversation. It's so funny how January 1st, like, the norm is that everyone expects you to change overnight. I don't know. Like, I don't know how people do that. Like, I used to remember, like, I would remember, like, when I was in high school, every 1st of January, like, people just started to act different. Like, they start to act strange. On a scale of 1 to 10, how energized do you feel for 2026 right now? That's a good question. But it depends on what you mean by energized, though. So, how energized do you feel? So, what do you mean by energized? Are you talking about vibe? Are you talking about expectations or how motivated I am? Like, give me context because I want to provide a very well informed answer. So, give me an example. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how energized do you feel for 2026 right now? Okay, let me just assume your question around energized means like how motivated. Could be anything. Let's say how motivated how are you for the year. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Motivated. I am on a scale of 1 to 10. I would say 7. I'm not that I'm ungrateful or anything, right? Or I'm not like excited about 2026. I am super pumped. Like, no one can be more excited than I am. But I think I'll still say 7. 7 is still a good number just because, again, it's the 3rd day of January. So I'm still trying to get a hang of the fact that it's actually 2026 because even just yesterday, I was writing a postcard and I ended up writing 2025. So it's still kind of surreal. I still feel like as though maybe I'm still in 2025. So I feel like over time, perhaps by the time we get to the end of January, that will get up to like maybe 10 out of 10. But right now, 7, just because I'm still figuring a lot out. And again, there's a third day of the year. And I'm also still trying to get into the rhythm, right? Because we've been on holiday. I can't even remember when last, well, I opened my laptop just a few days ago, but yeah, my work laptop, like work. So work is officially about to start, and yeah, I'm still, I think part of my brain is still in holiday mode, and then the other part is like, yeah, ready to like get on with the daily routine. Plus, you know, there's also some level of excitement and anxiety as well because my kids will be starting school, and yeah, the pick up and drop off routines, everything else that comes with that. And again, balance, juggling work and home front and yeah, all that stuff. Like it just felt good to be on holiday, and I don't know if I'm ready to to come out of holiday, but again, I'm motivated, I'm pumped, I'm excited, particularly even I'm looking forward to seeing the growth on this channel as well and getting to meet more people and getting to have like just build the community here, build a safe space here. So that alone is motivating because it's been a long time coming, and you know, I I want to be able to, I guess, better connect with everyone here. So I don't know if I've answered your question correctly, but essentially 7, and for those recent reasons that I mentioned. Thank you for your question. I appreciate it. Um. Oh, there's another one. Is there one thing you are officially saying no to in 2026 to protect your peace? Could be professional, could be personal. One thing, and I love that question so much because I was actually thinking about that on the first day of January. It's like, listen, there's a lot of resolutions, things you want to do better, things you want to keep doing, things you want to start doing, and all that. But we need to stop and think about things we don't want to do. Um, which is a good angle. Okay, so for me, I'm gonna do both. Since you're asking professional or personal, I'm gonna give you one of both. So I'm gonna give you one professional, one personal. Professionally, I want to be able to say no. Yeah, very important because my kind of person is like I don't like the next person being unhappy. I don't know how to say no. I always want to, like, I'm that helper. I always want to figure out a way to help, to go above and beyond, to do pretty much everything, even when um it's not convenient. I always try to just accommodate others. So officially saying no when I need to, not obviously saying no every time because that would be crazy. But like if there are if there's so much work that you know, I can't deliver on, I would be able to say no to certain requests or additional requests just so I can keep the focus and keep the quality of work. Say no to things that don't make sense at work, essentially, right? Challenge status quo, challenge things a little bit more. That's definitely something I want to do better this year. Now, on the personal side, which is almost like the flip coin, is ability to ask for help. So I'm that one that struggles with asking for help. Like even my husband, bless his heart, he's so amazing. My husband knows me so much that he knows when I need help and he doesn't necessarily wait for me to ask. I think I've gotten comfortable with that. But there are also some moments where I need help, but I'm afraid to ask just because I feel like, oh, that might be bothering him, or that might be making him uncomfortable or something like that, right? So I'd rather not ask and just do it myself. But I think this is the year of really asking for help. And back to my initial point around audacity, the audacity to ask, the audacity to go for what I want, right? Unapologetically, right? So that would be what I need to start doing um in 2026. And not just even my husband, even my kids. Sometimes I'm like, oh, they're too small, they can't run errands. They're gonna be running errands now. I'm gonna be asking for help. If I need help with doing the dishes, I'm gonna ask, especially when I'm extremely tired, when I'm sick, when I'm under the weather. I will be asking for help. I'll be asking my friends to support me one way or the other. And yeah, like literally asking for help. So yeah, those are those would be the things that I'll be saying no to professionally and personally. Thank you for the question. Thank you for the question. I appreciate it. And I hope I did answer. Thank you, Wilson. Thank you, Seland, for the engagement. Thank you, Doc Fan 67. And I truly, truly hope that you make new great friends. Great insights. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, appreciate you guys for joining. As always, if you have questions, please leave it in chat. And pardon me, I'm just chilling in the couch. By the way, why are you guys up? Where are you guys joining from? What part of the world are you guys joining from? Because if you're in my side of the world, it is super late. Why are you guys awake? Don't ask me. But yeah, I'm already breaking one of my goals. My goals this year is to actually try to get more sleep. Meaning I need to be sleeping a lot earlier so that I can be more productive in the day. And I've already broken that rule right now. So yeah, not good. Not good. So I need to change that. I need to be sleeping, at least getting a minimum of 10 hours of sleep. So I need to fix it. Hi, I noticed new people joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining the conversation. We've been talking about in the last 37 minutes, we'll be talking about New Year resolution and all the pressure that comes with it, and people expecting people to change overnight once it's January 1st, but also talking through like realistic goals that we're looking to achieve this year and things that we don't want to bring into 2026. So feel free to join the conversation. Let us know what's your motivation for this year. What are you excited about? What's your goal? Let's talk. Put that in the comments. Let's chat. And I have to say this, goals do not have to be dramatic to be real. Like, literally, your goal could be, like I just said, going to bed early, eating like 300 calories per day, eating more plant based meals, what less screen time, more reading, like those very little but intentional things. It doesn't have to be buying a Maybach or buying a Rolls Royce or something like that. But yeah, I think we have another question. Would you rather travel to a new country or visit your favorite place this year? That's a tough question. Why can't we do both? I want to do both. I want to travel to a new country, and I also want to visit my favorite place. So maybe we can make like stops here and there. I honestly love to do both because I miss both. Like it's been long we traveled. Well, we've been traveling like in country and stuff, but it's been long we traveling internationally, and I feel like I miss. Excuse me. I miss my favorite place to travel to, and I also would love to experience the adventure with visiting a new country and just experiencing like life um and cultures and various cultures. So both. But if I have to choose, I will definitely say I'll say new country. And that's because for a personal reason, my husband will probably know this, but yeah, there's a personal reason why not going to my favorite place wouldn't make sense this year. But if it's next year for sure, I gotta go, you know? But yeah, new country for sure. That's if I have to choose, but honestly, I'll go for both. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you again for that question, Kenneth. Okay, we're almost about to get to that hour. I said I was just gonna do an hour of this, and it's already 42 minutes gone. So we have about 18 minutes to go. I'll use that 18 minutes to like take any more questions. I think my eyes are starting to turn red, so it means sleep is calling. Lord, look at that zit. What? This just happened right now. I think my face is allergic to life. I don't know. This is bad. I need a pimple patch. ASAP. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we have more questions. So guys, share your thoughts. Let me know in the chat. Do you guys make New Year resolutions or you're more like a gentle goal setter? Any thoughts, guys? Oh, by the way, if in fact I will close this live by saying if by any way you I lost my trail of thoughts, but if by any way, like, what was I trying to say? Why did I forget that? Okay, if in any way you do not have big goals or you feel like your goal isn't like, I don't know, what's the word? As, excuse me, as impactful enough as it needs to be, please, like, a little step towards the right direction, it's enough goal in itself. For instance, if your goal is as simple as drinking more water this year, that is a fantastic goal because it's a step in the right direction. You're trying to build a healthier you. And you can only do that through making very small lifestyle changes. And as such, if drinking water is part of your goal, that is a fantastic goal. So do not downplay that. Do not fall for the pressures of having extravagant goals because no, that's not real life. If you want real life, it's the little goals here and there that make up for the big goals or that get you to achieving those big goals. So it's okay if your goal is to drink more water. It's okay if your goal is to take more steps. It's okay if your goal is to do less screen time. Um, Whatever that may be for you, just really is based on your scenario and what stage you are in your life. And I love the first comment that said, my goal is to make new friends at school. I really love that. I really, really love that. And I'm wishing you that and so much more. So, guys, I'm going to end this live right now. Thank you so, 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 so very much for joining. I truly, truly appreciate it. And as I said, part of my goal is to be consistent. So I'm gonna try. I can't speak again, you guys. See, half my head is asleep, half is live. So I'm gonna try my best to be as consistent as possible. Um and yeah, look out for a couple more videos. I'm still working through some of the vlogs. I'm a bit behind, but please look out for more videos, and I hope that you engage. Please tell a friend to tell a friend. Please share my channel. Please subscribe. Switch on your notification bell so that you can get notifications from me for new videos. Please like, comment, and engage. Oh, I think another question came through. For 2026, one of my goals is to make sure that I don't let the pressures of those enjoying their harvest push me to consume my seed. Huh? Sorry. Dude, or do that, or whoa, this goal is deep. This goal is deep. Hold on, let me read that again. I need it to sink in. For 2026, one of my goals is to make sure that I don't let the pressures of those enjoying their harvest push me to consume my seed. Damn, you're so deep. Like, from what I gather, what you're trying to say is essentially um that you don't want those who, like, the pressures of those who are like enjoying their life, or who are like rich, or like enjoying whatever it is that they're enjoying at that stage of life, push you to go consume the seed that you're still planting, right? So if, for instance, you're at the point where you're trying to grow, or you're still building yourself to get to that point of harvest, you don't want the pressures of those who they're at the stage of harvest to get you to consume your seed. I mean, I love that. Ooh, I should pin that comment, boy. I love it, but man, you should have just written it in plain English. Like, why did you write it in such a cryptic format? Like, it took me a while to like download that. But yeah, I get it. Like, I feel you, and I feel you on that. I feel like that's such a great goal, even though it sounds a bit cumbersome, but it's actually simpler than the way you wrote it. But yeah, I think that's a solid goal. I love it for you. And in fact, I'm going to steal that as part of my goals because, yeah, can I have too many goals? But yeah, it's really just not believing the social media hype, going at my pace, knowing that my pace is valid, my stage is different from another's, knowing that um I'm where I need to be, knowing that I don't need to be like affected by pressures. I need to continue to go at my pace and continue to believe in myself. And I think that's such a fantastic thing. If you're in your seed moment, enjoy it and don't look at those who are currently harvesting, because that's the essence of planting the seed anyways, that you'd eventually harvest, right? So I feel you. I think on this note, we're going to end this live because that was such a good comment. Wait, let me see. No pressure cooking in 2026. Focusing on my goal, not competing with the guys who are already there. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I feel you on that. In fact, I'm stealing this goal, Charlie, because it is good. But no, but to be honest, I feel like everybody should have that goal. Like, Zero pressure. Zero pressure. And when I started this life, I started with that. It's like, don't be pressured to even have a goal in the first place. Don't even be pressured to feel the need to want to change yourself because of New Year. No, just be a better version of yourself. Have more grace, have more, like tweak a little thing here, there. But don't be pressured to be, or like to be in a phase that you're not even ready for. Right. So that is valid and I love it. Like my Gen Zs will say, clock it. Period. Per. Honestly, I can never Gen Z. Damn. I don't know how you guys do that. But yeah, definitely a good one. No pressure cooking in 2026. But seriously though, like this person, I don't know, Kenneth or Kenneth Kenzie. No pressure cooking into it. Do you know there's something called the pressure cooker? So are you talking literally or figuratively? Because your language there, no pressure cooking in 2026. Are you cooking beans or rice? I mean, the last paragraph makes sense. Like focusing on my goal, not competing with the guys who are already there. Makes sense. But the first one, no pressure cooking. What are you on about? I feel you. Never mind. I'm just kidding. So, guys, thank you all so much. I truly, truly appreciate you joining. I mean, no pressure cooking anybody. Gotcha. Okay, okay. That makes sense. I feel you. Kenneth Kenzie. Anyway, I wish you all the best with no pressure cooking and not succumbing to pressure and just going at your pace. I wish that for all of us at this point, to be honest. But you guys, I love you. Thank you so much for joining, even at this very odd hour. I appreciate you and I'm wishing you the very best of 2026. Take good care. Bye.